Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Wedaways Getaways virtual tours created for wedding planners and engaged couples to discover the world's most beautiful destinations and the properties within them that are perfect for your celebrations. Today, we're thrilled to spotlight Viceroy Los Cabos, a jaw-dropping beachfront resort in the heart of San Jose del Cabo, where contemporary design meets the glowing Baja coastline, the perfect canvas for an unforgettable wedding experience. And I cannot emphasize that more. And we're met today with Troy. Unfortunately, you can't see him, but we see the beautiful property, and I don't think it gets much better than this. So welcome, Troy.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're delighted, and we can't wait to dive in to this most unique, most spectacular property.
Great. Looking forward to sharing it with everyone. Okay, so this is Viceroy Los Cabos. This is one of the most unique properties you are ever going to see anywhere.
That is a sight to behold.
The best way to think of this property is put in your mind the most beautiful resort you have ever seen anywhere in the world. Think of the magnificent driveways, the beautiful marble lobbies, the spectacular landscaping around the property. And whatever that resort is, put that in your mind, and then I want you to blow that up. You want to get rid of that because this is like nothing you have ever seen. This is a resort that was designed by one of the most famous architects in Mexico called Miguel Aragones. And when he built this resort, he wanted to find the perfect piece of land where he could create an optical illusion of a never-ending horizon of where the water met the horizon in perfect symmetry. And in addition to that, he wanted to use architecture to evoke an emotion in you as you were looking out into that magnificent setting. And that's where you see those buildings there, the hotel rooms going out there. The resort, 45% of this property is actually underwater to help create that illusion. And just to point out, because I know it's in everyone's minds right now, that structure you see down on the bottom right, that is called nido. That is a bird's nest, an upside down bird's nest, actually made of sticks and twigs everywhere from the area. This was inspired by Jose's when he was in Japan before he built this resort. He fell in love with the concept of a bird's nest and he wanted to turn that into a restaurant idea in his resort. So that's our Japanese Mexican fusion restaurant in there. But we digress. The resort itself is situated in San Jose. As many people know, Los Cabos is divided up into three main areas. You have Cabo San Lucas down here on the Pacific side, which is where the cruise ship area will come in through that area. And then you go up to San Jose, which is where we are. San Jose is the cultural capital of Mexico, of the Baja Peninsula, if you will. We're the closest resort to the airport, only 20 minutes away. And what's great about this location is it gives your attendees for the events here a real sense of what traditional Mexico is like. You can, to get into the village of San Jose, it's a 15-minute bike ride, it's a 20-minute walk, it's a $3 Uber ride. So when you're talking about a wedding location for a weekend, for a long weekend, this ticks all the boxes in there. That traditional feel of Mexico, as opposed to a manufactured feel of Mexico, right there. Full of restaurants, full of galleries, absolutely fantastic. Now, the resort is laid out onto three main levels. I wanted to show you this is a different angle and a different view of what you can't see from that previous picture. Down on this second level down here is where the villas and the casitas are located, and then going down onto the beach with more pools and more, and down into the main beach area. In order to get down to those areas where you were just looking at, the picture was up next to Nido right here, you would actually walk around the pool areas here. You'd walk around this pool area and then go under the water. And you'd walk down to the next level where the casitas are. You'd go down under a third level. You're actually walking under the water and coming out down to the villas. Really, it's a spectacular journey exploring this property, unlike you've ever seen. Now, multiple different ceremony locations here. So this isn't a typical resort where you just have a beach setting that so many resorts do. This has a series of different spaces throughout the resort, starting with one of our family pool decks. This pool deck here is about 1,500 square feet, and perfect for weddings of about 80. The main seating area you see at the bottom of the line is where you can have the guests sitting, and the ceremonies are either on this top deck here where the umbrellas are, or with what some guests like to do is put perspex sheeting over the pool area, the pool right here, and do their ceremony on top of that. Really a pretty stunning location, and all that is looking directly at the beach. One of our beach areas here for that traditional beach wedding, very, very popular, of course. That area is huge down there, about 7,000 square feet, so up to any number of spaces on there with the ceremony backing right up onto the beach. The rooftop, this is our newest area. We just opened this literally a couple of weeks ago here. This is Los Cabos' only true rooftop event space that looks out over the Sea of Cortez and 180-degree views spacing all the way around, ideal for up to about 80 people on that space. This connects if to our main Cielo Mar rooftop restaurant by another, we built another bird's nest, the nido, over the top for the entryway between the two areas. So the cocktail reception in this area you see right in front of you, they walk across through the bird's nest onto the rooftop. Really a stunning new fixture. And then that restaurant that's connected to is Cielo Mar. And as you can see right here, Cielo Mar, beautiful rooftop restaurant jutting out, overlooking the main pools, overlooking the ocean, really an exquisite, with an open display kitchen as the main focal point as well. Cielo Mar, we built this rooftop on purpose so the whole area can connect, where you can do the ceremony, the dinner, the cocktail reception, all in the one area without having to leave. Just a sampling of what a guest room looks like. This is a standard guest room. Entry levels are about 560 square feet. Photo's a little compressed, of course, for the picture. But beautiful marble all the way through. Very, very contemporary. These are our ground floor rooms. Very popular because you can actually walk right out into that water and walk over into Nido or to any area that you would like to. It's only up to about your ankles, but stunning visual effects throughout. And as we keep going back to the architectural component of this resort, is truly like nothing else. The angles around, the places where the brides can get the most stunning photography that they wouldn't be able to get in any other location. It's full of these little nooks and crannies all the way through. And of course, to make it a great weekend, 3-4 day weekend, everything that you could possibly think of for your guests to be able to do down there. All of your water sports, from snorkeling, diving, sailing, everything. Golf, of course. There's 18 golf courses in Los Cabos. 10 of those are in San Jose by every designer. Jack Nicklaus, Palmer, Robert Trent Jones. They're all right down there. And, I think probably the biggest asset of this resort, for a potential event, potential wedding, is it gives the guest, gives the bride, gives the groom the most stunning Instagrammable photography that they've probably ever experienced. So when people's friends are used to doing it, it's at different places and everyone goes to the same place over and over. They're actually finding somewhere that no one may have been to before. And boy, oh boy, if they want to crack the internet, if they want to break it and go viral on their postings, then this is the way to do it on here. Truly a stunning space on there. So that's Viceroy Los Cabos.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about F&B and the how many restaurants?
Sure, 6 different restaurants at the property. Cielo Mar, which is on the rooftop, everything from beautiful steak to Nido down that you see on this picture with the Japanese Mexican fusion, to Aguacate with the full Mexican cuisines, poolside restaurants, 24-hour room service.
Mhm.
We cover the gauntlet as well as lobby bar and 3 meal dining restaurant as well. So we cover all cuisines, cover it all. It's a incredible exploration.
And you have your team on property that can liaise with our North American wedding planners when they bring their couples down for their events?
Yes, we do. 100%.
Mhm. And of course, the best vendors in the world are in Cabo, there's no doubt. And there is no question about what you said. The visuals, the architecture, it is unlike anywhere I think on the planet, I mean, I've traveled extensively and I have never seen anything like this. And I've stayed at the hotel and it is spectacular. Do a lot of people walk through that ankle deep weighted water in order to get from one side to the other, or do most people take the walkways?
No, a lot of people actually do. The walkways are very, very popular at sunset for that Instagram photos out there, and they walk around. But a lot of them will try to walk through the water there and do that. And to echo your point, until this, I had been at 14 properties on 3 continents all around the world, and I came to this property, director of sales and marketing, because the visual uniqueness of this property, it was like nothing I'd ever seen anywhere in the world. And we tend to all be a little jaded in what we do and what we see, and what's the next best thing that we can see. Well, for me, this was it because it was just like nothing else.
Oh my God. How I agree with you 100%. How many accommodations are on the property?
190 rooms.
Okay, 190 rooms, sleeps 400 something.
Yeah, 430 thereabouts. It's broken down into 70% kings and 30% into doubles. 24 room types in total. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's of different views on there. The interesting thing with this property, every single room looks directly at the ocean. If you see this picture in front of you, you'll see there's no windows here. That's because the privacy is so unique that you're looking directly at the ocean.
Wow. I know I've stayed in a few different categories. For those of you that want to dig a little bit deeper and actually want to read about the property and not just look at these beautiful pictures, I mean, you really don't need anything else. Look at the pictures, and it's pretty well sold. But you can go to wedaways.com and look up Viceroy Los Cabos. You just have to type in Viceroy, and you will see several pages of information on the resort, including all the room categories, the F&B pricing, the restaurant outlets, the activities in the area, all of the important pieces of information from which to make an intelligent decision. Wedaways will also facilitate site tours and site inspections. And if you're a wedding planner watching this, we are in Cabo at least 3 to 4 times a year on FAMs. And you can always reach out to us, weddings@wedaways.com. Weddings is plural. Couples can inquire, wedding planners can inquire, and we are absolutely here for you. This, of course, is living on YouTube and on our website. And on the feature on the Wedaways platform, there is a direct messaging tool which you can use to send a message directly to the property. So for those of you watching, thank you so much. Another gorgeous property brought to you by Wedaways. And Troy, thank you. I hope this is your ultimate property and you're not going to be leaving us to go anywhere else anytime soon, because you are Mr. Hospitality.
Thank you very, very much. No, not planning on going anywhere soon. Having too much fun at this property. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Wedaways Getaways Virtual Tours. Thank you.